Hey 2017!
My name's Sophie and I'm a freshman living in Greeno this year.
My name is Javier. I'm a freshman from Miami living in Thayer.
You don't need to yell. My name is Ratna. I'm a freshman also living in Greeno this year.
I am on the track team and part of the Harvard College Education Society. I plan on concentrating in social studies and want to become a high school teacher.
I have a serious problem and I really need to do less. I'm in the ballet company. I'm in the hip hop company. I'm in the freshman arts board. I'm the social chair for GLOW, which is gay, lesbian, or whatever, aka queer people of color. Yeah.
And some other stuff.
Among others.
And you're thinking of concentrating in?
History and science, mind, brain, behavior, like neurobio stuff.
I am thinking of concentrating in classics and/or environmental science and public policy. I sing with the Harvard Opportunes, Harvard's oldest co-ed a cappella group, and I'm working for a startup called Sense and Sustainability.
So we just want to tell you some of the reasons we chose Harvard. And I was actually coming into my college application process not really thinking about coming to Harvard because of the size. I come from a very small town, beautiful Western Mass with 1,400 people. So the whole 1,600 people in your class thing was a little intimidating. But on my tour, I fell in love, applied early, and got in, which was amazing. And what really sold me was the diversity and the opportunities here, and it's a done deal after that.
Yeah, so going into my applications, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in my life, but this was like the one time to apply to Harvard, and I mean, I just applied out of whim. Like, it was never really even like, it was just like a fantasy, like, it was just out of whim, like.
And then
why did you decide?
So basically, it was just like when I came for Visitas, what really struck me was like the passion that's like everywhere, just all around you. Like, everybody's just so passionate about, like, whether it's like you could have been a professional dancer, but you're here, or like you just have all this amazing research, like you're a presidential scholar, like. Just so many amazing people, just so passionate about life, just so passionate about everything they do. Also, I went to an arts high school, and arts mean a lot to me, and like they're a very big part of my life.
Really?
So I had really high expectations for the arts community and like the dance scene and theater, and just coming here and seeing just like all the opportunities that they have. The ballet company is amazing. The hip hop company is amazing. We have a modern company, a jazz company, taps, just like any like Bhangra, just anything you want to be involved with.
Bhangra.
Asian American dance troupe, like just there's just so many opportunities. And so many just like theater stuff. Just like it's such a stimulating, like just such a wonderful environment. So like last semester alone, students put together Cabaret, Next to Normal, Sweeney Todd, and there was one more, but
Rent.
I can't. Rent! That's what it was, Rent. So like, to think that in one semester, students are like taking the initiative to make all these things happen, like it's just really, really amazing to be a part of it.
So that's why you picked Harvard. Okay. So I
was deciding between Harvard and Yale.
I was deciding
What's
between
that
Harvard and Yale.
like?
Anyway, so I applied 2 years ago before Harvard had an early option. If it had an early option, I probably would have applied early, definitely. But Yale was the only school that I was interested in that had the non-binding early option. So I applied to Yale. I got into Yale, and Yale's really awesome too. But I went to the visiting days of both, and I just don't think there's any. I don't know. I really liked the physical appearance of Harvard. I just think it's beautiful. Like, the river's beautiful, and just like being outside was just like really lovely, and just like the classes I went to and the people I met. But I think I realized, like, before I was coming in, I didn't have as strong an idea of like why I picked Harvard as after starting here. So I took a gap year, and then now that I'm here, cannot imagine having made a different decision. Just have met so many people that I can't imagine like not being in my life, and just been so intellectually and extracurricularly stimulated and challenged every day. So I guess that's why I didn't choose Yale.
Yeah, and also just like you're just walking around campus and you just feel a part of this history, a part of this tradition, just like a part of something bigger than yourself, and it's really amazing. And I find myself just like walking around, like looking at the breaks, just like from like Lamont at like 8 in the morning, our 24-hour library, just like struggling out.
Don't be a Lamonster.
Don't. But just like being like, wow, this is actually happening. Like I'm here, like I'm a part of this community, and I'm just like, I'm just so grateful to be a part of this community.
Yeah, I would agree. You can get this sense of intimidation being here. It's like, all these kids go to Harvard, they're crazy good at whatever they do, which is true, but if you got in, that means either you are too, or Harvard knows that deep down you will be, and you will be doing something awesome someday. You might not know it yet, but they read your application and figured it out. And so it can be really intimidating being here, but once you break down that and start having conversations with people, you realize how incredibly real they are, and how much what they stress and worry about is what you stress and worry about, and that if you just admit to it and talk about it, you can handle your life here really well and have an amazing experience. And that just being willing to engage with your peers, because that's why you're here, to build connections that are going to serve you in the future. And Harvard has started doing some amazing things that support that even more than before, especially concerning mental health issues, which I know when I transitioned to Harvard, it was pretty difficult to overcome some stuff. And between my peer advisors, my proctor, and other resources, I felt like there was no way they were going to let me not make that transition work. And I felt incredibly supported the whole time.
Yeah.
The advising system is awesome. So I guess the time when I interacted most intensely with my entire advising system was when I took a biology class first semester that I probably wasn't ready for. I took a year off and was never like super great at sciences in the first place, but was really interested in evolutionary biology. So I took this intro to evolutionary biology class that had a little more chemistry in it than I thought it would. Didn't do so hotly on my first midterm, and just like had my whole advising system like come to my rescue in this beautiful way. My professor told me she personally like went through all the grades, which is kind of rare in like big classes, but she knew how I had done, and because I used to go to her office hours, was like, I'm not gonna let you not do well in this class. You're going to succeed in this class. I'm gonna make you succeed in this like huge class. This big name professor like really helped me out. But I also reached out to the Bureau of Study Council, which does like counseling as well as tutoring. So I got a tutor, talked to my peer advisor, my proctor, my dean, and my academic advisor. Everyone was just on board to help me, and I ended up doing really well in the class, and also considering it maybe as a concentration or a secondary organismic and evolutionary biology. So that was an awesome testament to the advising system.
Yeah, so I have a very similar story. So I started off, so we have pre-orientation programs. So there's like an outdoors one. There's
FOP is awesome.
FOP. There's FOP, the outdoors one. There's an urban one that's very activist-y and just like very like socially involved, culturally involved. It's called FUP. There's dorm crew, so you go around and clean bathrooms and stuff. You get money, and it's like a great bonding experience. And then there's FAP, which is the arts one, and like just that Harvard has a pre-orientation program for the arts is like a testament to like how big the arts are on campus.
Can you talk about arts some more?
Wait, do you like the arts?
Anyway, so that program was just really, really amazing, and it really jump-started like me being very social and like being a very big part of the community and just like really trying to get out there. So I started off very, very social and just like really out there and like going out and friends, and like in the dining hall for hours, just getting to know the people all around you and just like being like, wow, this like you're so amazing and like just so amazing being here. Anyway, my first chemistry test, I failed it.
This is about chemistry.
Is this our next talk?
I failed it, and sometimes when you talk to people here and they're like, oh yeah, oh I failed the test, and it's like they got like a C plus, like
Hey,
a B
try not
minus.
to go on a tangent,
But yeah, so I failed my test, and the professor reached out to me, to meet with him, my dean, my proctor, my peer advising fellow, just like how they can help me, just like what they can do to help me, and like whatever. But yeah, just like all the help around you, like you're given this team that's there for you, and they want to help you like
and it can
succeed.
make a big school feel like a smaller place when you have that. Like that system has been so awesome for all of us, I think.
So whatever the challenge, you will be challenged here, both like in school, in social life, everything. But it's gonna work out. There are people around you to support you, and that's just amazing.
And we can't wait to meet you guys.
Yes.
We're so bummed that we didn't get to meet you this weekend, but we
hope
can't wait to meet you.
Virtual Visitas helps out a little bit. We want you to reach out to everyone, and congrats on making it in, and come to Harvard.
Yeah.